Objection, Your Honor. It seems more like a counseling session. This is a courtroom. This is not Lifetime. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's definitely not open.
Thank you.
This is
a Christian court, so if she could tell her story, prosecutor, okay.
Well, growing up, I was raped. And it caused me to get pregnant. And I didn't have an abortion. After that, I was strong with drugs. I decided to give my body away. And I mean, I was good at it before and clean for about 6 years.
Great question.
And I give back, but I still like I've asked for forgiveness, but I still don't feel like God should forgive me.
So you did ask for forgiveness. You did.
Free.
I need y'all to see this. I need y'all to see. Lukewarm, the hypocrite. All have actions. This young lady, it's not a story. Her story is all the stuff that happened to her. Many of us have had to wrestle with behaviors in our life. And they started from something, from somewhere. Amen? It's God's desire to set us free. But we have to understand, I want you to understand this, the law can't do it. The law can't set Lukewarm free, it can only judge her. The law can't set Henry free. All the law can do is judge Henry and have Henry judging other people. That's what hypocrites do. They doing a lot of wrong stuff, but they're more hard on everybody else than they are on themselves. They themselves are okay, but they see the wrong in everybody else. Am I talking to anybody? If you were accused of being, listen, you gotta understand this. Once you are accused of being a Christian, the enemy is going to point out every fault from every legalistic person, every person. You got to understand this, folks. When you declare yourself a Christian, understand the devil coming to bring out your faults.
Amen.
And what's going to be your defense? Am I talking to anybody? Because I want you to see the parody here. The prosecution is trying to find you innocent. The defendant is trying to find you guilty. Am I talking to anybody? You got actions going on, but is there enough what we call Christian action to find you guilty? And I'm going to be honest with you, when we examine most of our lives, it's going to be hard to find it. Because in your flesh ain't nothing good. You sit here and look holy, be all you want to on this second Sunday morning. Ain't none of our flesh, ain't nothing good in none of our flesh. As holy as you look, as righteous as you may think you are, there's nothing good. And then to exacerbate that, you got the enemy perpetrating and causing harm to happen with little innocent children. The enemy comes in and he causes stuff. He comes in and invades our life without being invited. It causes rapes and causes stuff. And so people that you see on drugs, folks, it's time for us to have compassion. We are so quick to judge somebody that's on drugs, and we don't know why they're drinking. We don't know why they're smoking. We don't know why they're cracking out. It's because something has caused them to reach for something. They don't know what to reach for, so they reach for drugs. Action's going on. But is there enough what we call Christian action to find you guilty? And I'm going to be honest with you, when we examine most of our lives, it's going to be hard to find it. Because in your flesh ain't nothing good. You sit here and look holy, be all you want to on this second Sunday morning. Ain't none of our flesh, ain't nothing good in none of our flesh. As holy as you look, as righteous as you may think you are, there's nothing good. And then to exacerbate that, you got the enemy perpetrating and causing harm to happen with little innocent children. The enemy comes in and he causes stuff. He comes in and invades our life without being invited. It causes rapes and causes stuff. And so people that you see on drugs, folks, it's time for us to have compassion. We are so quick to judge somebody that's on drugs, and we don't know why they're drinking. We don't know why they're smoking. We don't know why they're cracking out. It's because something has caused them to reach for something. They don't know what to reach for, so they reach for drugs. They begin to reach for illicit sex. They begin to reach for all these things. So many of these actions that we find in our lives are a result of some other action.
Amen.
Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Action.
So you said that you've been clean for 6 years, right? And during the time when all those bad things were happening to you and in getting clean, would you say that going to church and your relationship with God, is that what helped you come through?
Objection, Your Honor. She's leading. You can't lead somebody to glory.
It's a simple question. This is the Christian's court. You can lead them to glory. May I? Thank you.
Yes.
So you do agree that that's what brought you back to the upstanding citizen that you are and the Christian that you are, the church, even though all that happened.
Upstanding citizen, yes, but Christian, not.
But you just said that you do believe that God forgave you.
I believe that he can forgive someone.
Do you believe that he loves you? So
Free. She believed God can forgive her, but she believed he only forgive so much. Okay, you forgave me the first time. I did it again. You forgave me that time. I did it again. And we're so busy to quote, God is the God of a second chance. Maybe you didn't use your second chance up. You know you didn't get that thing more than 2 times. And all the thing is just sin 2 times. He's the God of another chance. Am I talking to anybody? She is falling from grace, and the enemy is telling her, well, you know, hey, I don't know.
one last question. Since repenting and asking God for forgiveness, do you think your life has become better? Yeah? Okay. Sometimes as Christians, we often are confused. The devil does different things. And so you do believe your life has become better since you repented and asked God for forgiveness. Okay. No further questions,
You're
John.
definitely not a Christian in this courtroom today. The fact that you had an abortion, the fact that you've done all these things,
Yeah.
you definitely,
Yeah.
yes, I concur.
Free. Did y'all see this? Free. Did y'all see that? Judgment says you're definitely not a Christian. Judgment is telling every one of you when you mess up. That's what judgment tells you. Y'all ain't talking to me. Y'all don't see. Y'all see that? This is what we live every day. This is what we live every day. We live wrestling with ourselves, wrestling with stuff that we're going through, and judgment is that to condemn you and tell you, I want to verify. I want you to understand. You definitely not a Christian in this courtroom.
Sister has what was it? A drug problem.
Your Honor, is that even a part of the case? Do I have to answer?
You do have answers.
Boom.
Yes.
Okay. So y'all share parents. Okay. I was asking. Share parents.
Yes.
Share clothes.
Maybe sometimes.
Okay. Answer this morning. Okay. So y'all share a lot of things. Clothes, parents, needles, crack pipes. Answer the question.
Untrue.
What's your purpose?
I do.
What is that in your nose? Why are you dressed this way? I need answers! I need these answers!
Obviously, you're not stable to withstand question. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Wow. Dressed like that with that nose ring and tattoo on your neck? Guilty.
Please strike her dress code.
I can't strike that. She showed up in my courtroom inappropriate, and I definitely cannot strike that.
I didn't say I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, will you walk away?
I walk away.
Defense, sit down, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's your question.
So you never answered the question. you know your purpose? Do you have any idea? You never answered the question, why are you dressed this way? Do you drink? Do you have a drug problem?
He answered the question.
I didn't hear the question.
I did not hear the question. Answer the question.
If you're asking me if I have a past, then yes, I have a past.
No further questions.
You may step down. Baby, take her in the back of a shawl.
Serve me, O God, for in thee do I put my trust in the Lord. Speak life.